welcome to Meet the Polymaker. I have nothing in my throat. I'm your host, Joel, for the night. Welcome in, everybody. We're in for just another fun show with another fun guest that you guys might have heard of before, but we're not going to talk about that yet. We're gonna wait. Unless you've read the title, then you know who the guest is. The surprise is spoiled. But we're here to talk 3D printing news, show off print from our community and our Discord at discord.polymaker.com and our show off prints channel. And then again, as we do every single week, and we're not stopping, we're 70 some in a row of meeting another maker, a fellow friend in the maker community, 3D printing community, and maybe even in the hosting of a show community. But again, we'll talk about that shortly. So we'll just start it right off and get the hot in headlines. There we go. I'm not jumping into this like, running downstairs and hopping and get things started. So let's talk about our latest product, Fiberon PPS GF. So it is a PPS material. It is the one that is known for the tinging, sounds like metal when you print certain things solid enough. Very dense material, very high heat resistance, high strength. This now, aside from our current PPS or our previous PPS, was carbon fiber. This is glass fiber. So it's got 20% glass fiber reinforced. It is heat deflection temperature of 236 degrees Celsius after annealing. You can still get some high characteristics out of it before annealing, but ideally anneal it for everything. This flame has the UL94 flame retardant rating. So just an all-around superior strength, superior stiffness, with a tensile strength around 64 megapascals. So it prints without a heated chamber, supports fast print speeds. It is another cool product, and it's just one of like 8 million that's still to come this year. So stay tuned. And real quick, also not in this topic necessarily on PPS, but HTPLA, the first wave of inventory has come. We still have more to come. So there's some things not in stock yet. Some things might sell out. So if it's not sold out yet, I would suggest highly get that order in. We're going to be waiting about another 1 to 2 weeks for the rest of it to come in. So get it while it's hot. And there is even more, even if you see it out of stock, there's more coming, much more coming. We promise. It is on its way. It's almost here, ready to be processed. So just get your orders in now if you are wanting to try out the HTPLA and missed out the first time. So second up, we're going to talk about, I got my news articles all mixed up. BMW recycling 3D printer waste. And that is in the form of up to 12 tons of 3D printing waste powder per year that they're putting back into formula and granulates to be able to produce things for prototyping and working on putting more stuff into production, so mass production. Recycled material is used for functional parts like tools, jigs, and ergonomic aids, and along with eventually possibly aesthetic parts for inside the cars themselves. But it started with recycled PET bottles in 2018 and now includes industrial 3D printing waste. So showing that recycling of things, so we're not just throwing out a ton of plastic, wasting stuff away. So definitely cool on their part. Next up, we got a 3D printed stainless steel bacteria bio battery. That is a mouthful, but it is very cool. And this is actually, let me get, again, my stuff is all mixed up here. This is 3D printed stainless steel anodes using laser powder bedded fusion. We've seen that in different things, but it's to optimize surface properties for bacterial energy generation. Just a different way of seeing 3D printing, whether it be food, medical, but now for possible power sources. They've reached nearly 1 milliwatt, enough to run a small LCD screen out of these, and they are reusable as the bacteria can be removed and performance maintained. So kind of a, would you want to, I guess you could say a rechargeable battery, but not in the sense that you're used to just plugging it into a charger and plugging it in. But it enables modular Lego style battery assemblies for easier scaling and prototyping, and just another cool innovation that we're seeing in 3D printing. Next up, we have buildings. We've seen buildings, we've seen concrete buildings, warehouses, 2 stories, luxurious homes. We've seen it all. But one thing that they have lacked, not that they're not water resistant or flood resistant to an up to a certain level, but a gentleman has actually, a community college professor, has now created the first 3D printed flood resistant concrete structure. It kind of changes not just the material a little bit, the formula, but also in the way that it prints. That way then it gets that flood resistance, water resistance, which Obviously, this past year we've seen a ton of flooding in major cities and small towns everywhere across the US, and just devastation where those floods are. Ideally, this could help against that, not just stopping the water, but also keeping it from shifting, from moving it downriver, etc. So hopefully, maybe it is funded by the USDA and regional grants, so it is expanding. Could be an affordable way to just add to the current way of building concrete buildings. So awesome, hats off to that professor. And last but not least, we have another printer that's on Kickstarter. We've seen many, we've talked about many, and again, we don't endorse that go to Kickstarter and back these things. That is up to you. Do your own research. I'm just presenting what's out there. And this is the Yumi 3D printer. If you're on TikTok, it's actually, I think Nick or Nico is the CEO of Yumi, and he's high energy. I'm working with a handful of creators on TikTok, so you might have seen this printer there. They've showed off all sorts of different things. It's going to be up to 12 multicolor printer. And there are 3 variations. The first one being a 235. I think it's cubed, but the Z is 300. Each one, the Z is a little bit higher, but then they have a 335 and a 435 print size, starting at 195 for the 235. And they are touting much faster printing. It is still kind of AMS style. It's not a tool change or anything like that. But we'll see. It's going to possibly be hitting some people's hands for use, and we'll get a review eventually. But stay tuned. Just another option out there. That is a bed slinger, but the A1s have proved bed slingers can be reliable, can print fast and good quality. So hang tight and check that out if you'd like. And that is it for the news. We're going to head to Spool to Spotlight. And first up, we have a print from Bob, formerly known as Bob from California, known now as Bob Custom Printer Ambassador. It was too long to put in here, but good old Bob, he does some welding, and he does a lot of welding, CNC cutting, all sorts of crazy things for work and for fun. And this is just a TIG tungsten electrode storage container, another one that was too long to I had to summarize it there. That is by Leha Design, available in printables. And this just again just showing the functionality. Not everything has to be aesthetic things or decor or fidgets. It can be used for work, and he is definitely a worker nonetheless. And again, just helps organize things. It could be used for obviously other things, but this specifically is for the TIG tungsten electrodes. Next up, we have a print by 3D Chief, and this is a 10 by 5 foot model of St. Louis. Hard to see. This is on a huge deck, I think multiple tables put together, desktops. But again, it's 10 foot by 5 foot, and it's the whole landscape with all the buildings. I showed this picture just because it was a nice, entrance to the city through the gateway, the arch. And this is huge. They have like some of the waterways in blue, obviously here, and then the green and grass. Not every section, but I think larger parks, they're prominently more grass than they are buildings, are in green. But this was, I think, a college project. So I think it was an internal mapping software that he used to convert to STL, and it turned out awesome. So hats off to him for a great project. Hopefully you got an A+. I'm not sure. Do you get A+ in college? Who knows? Next one, the print is the basket case. This is by Nick Morelli, available in Maker World. And this print is by Leggy and shared in our Discord. And this is just a way of drying your deskit. It is a giant basket. You can throw your wet deskit in there, throw it in the dryer box, and then put it on the dryer. There are many variations of deskit dryers out there that are compatible with our poly dryer system. This is just another awesome one, especially if you have a lot of deskit. Just let that thing dry through, and just a great print overall. Next up, we have M. Larson printed out the Dragon Skull Dice Tower by Keck Creations. It's available on things.com. Dice towers are cool. This silk that they used is very nice. Just the lighting, everything else, the shades are always awesome. I believe maybe a dual silk, a blue-purple dual silk. Not ours, but maybe we'll come out with something soon. Stay tuned. There's a lot of parent chroma to come, but another just a great print from the community. And last but not least, we have a print and model design from Bearded Printer. This is a giant functional novelty pen. It is available on things.com. And the mouse that you see there is his mouse model, which is roughly the size of a small mouse. So you can see the comparison of size. This is, it reminds me, I'm going to guess it's modeled off the Zebra F701 pen. I may have been obsessed with metal pens when I worked retail. And this looks just like it without the branding, but awesome. And it is functional. And there's another picture. If you head over to our Discord and then find it in the Show Off Prints channel, it does have where it clicks and there's a pin within a pin, and it works. It's novelty, but it works. But again, just an awesome design, awesome print. Does not require AMS. He makes them all in parts, so you can print each part separately and have a really cool pin. I might have to print one myself because I was always a fan of these pins. So that is it for our shares. If you want to share your own print, the good, bad, the ugly, Show Off Prints channel at our discord.polymaker.com server. Come join if you haven't already. And we're going to take a commercial break. And after that commercial break, I'm going to have my throat a little bit better cleared. And we're going to meet our next maker. So we'll see you guys here in just a couple minutes.
Has this ever happened to you? Have you just been minding your own business and you drop your PLA print?
There's gotta be a better way.
Well, now there is. With our Polylite PLA Pro, you won't have to worry about dropping your... Just look how these tests held up to our drop test, the same one that we did with PLA. If you need even more impact resistance, make sure you check out our Polymax PLA. This hammer is no match for Polymax PLA.
This is Polymax PLA, the toughest PLA in the world, and today we're gonna put that to the test. I printed this very mechanical model and we're gonna drop it from the 12th floor. You heard me well, the 12th floor. Let's go. Ready for the first drop in 3, 2, 1. Whoa, that's crazy! Not even a scratch! Let's go and check it closer. Not even a single scratch. I dropped it again from the 12th floor and still not a single scratch. Buy your Polymax PLA right now!
Performance may vary depending on usage, individual factors, and external condition. Individual result may vary, not a guarantee of specific outcome. Consult your professional before use. See website for details and limitations. Use responsibly.
Are you into cosplay and prop making? Are you tired of having to break out those power tools to sand those lines away? And don't forget about all that hand sanding. Cramps. Ouch. Introducing Polymaker's Cos PLA. Available in 2 different versions. Version A and version B. Both versions are still easier to sand than standard PLA. Find out more at us.polymaker.com.
Aliens have come to take over our planet. What will we do? With modern technology and superior materials, we may have a chance. The only good bug is a dead bug. Polymaker. Add to your game.
And welcome back to the show, everybody. Thanks for watching the commercials. I forgot where it ended, and why is my mic? There we go. Aha. That flickering was insane. But for those commercials, some of those are community created. You can create your own and find those directions in our commercial channel in our discord.polymaker.com server, and you could get up to $100 in filament if you want to submit your own. Just a fun, we like to do spoof videos, things kind of focus on certain materials, but you can do whatever you like. Send it my way for review, and I'll let you know if it works, and if we use it, get $100 and Polymaker product. So can't beat that. But we're here now to talk to our next maker, and as I mentioned, he may or may not go to events. He may or may not host his own show on YouTube. He may or may not 3D print stuff. I mean, we'll determine that in the interview. But without further ado, let's welcome in Jim from Edge of Tech. And he's not there because my system is dumb, so you can hear me, but I can't see or hear him. Let's go here and here. No, cancel. And this, why does this always do this? Yes. Okay. We're going to show on stream, and please welcome in Jim from the Edge of Tech. Welcome, Jim. I hope I hear you. Yes.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good now that I actually, now I have you on the show after introducing you twice, but you're just
Right.
that special that you get 2 introductions.
Nice. Well, I'm not gonna lie. The first one, I was like, "Yeah, woo!" I was all hyped up. Now, like, nah, I'm turning it around.
Yeah, I gotta turn it down and do the what's that?
Yeah.
What's the Mad off of Inspector Gadget? You'll
Mhm.
understand that reference. Half
Yeah.
the audience may not.
I need a cat. Like,
Yeah.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Oh, so how's it going? Let's start off with a real quick. People know who you are, but let's pretend there's somebody in our audience right now that's like, who is this guy with the beautiful locks of hair and glasses? Who are you and what do you do?
hey, my name is Jim. I run the Edge of Tech on YouTube and all the places. Also, co-host of a show called Hot Makes on every other Monday night now. And so we've been doing that for a long time. And you can find me on the Edge of Tech pretty much everywhere except for Twitter. Dang you, Twitter. It's the Edge of Tech with a K at the end, not the H. So
This
yeah.
guy doesn't even know how to spell tech.
I know, right? Well, it's a dormant account too. The one
Yeah,
that
that's
the
what
other
I
one.
was going to ask. Is
I'm
does
like,
it, do they
come
even
on.
post? But of course they don't.
Yeah. But little YouTube video, some live, all that good stuff, and we got to have some fun sometimes. The shows are my favorite. You gotta lie. I think that's all of our favorites, is just being at the shows and seeing everybody. But
Oh yeah, just seeing people, seeing stuff, and just everything. Just the overall atmosphere / culture is just awesome. Good.
yeah,
to take in.
I gotta say hey to everybody saying hi. By the way, I see your chats in looks like Twitch, and also Korea Rice Box. He's the announcer for Remurf. I am the announcer for Remurf.
That's actually how he got started.
Yeah,
he was a nobody before that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Hot Makes. What's that? Yeah, I have no idea. Viking.
Yeah.
I was close to Well, I was closer. Not really close to Viking, but I was closer. I was in Scotland earlier in the month for 10 days, and so I was closer. So.
When you're in Scotland, it's not hard to think Maker Viking. I mean, yes, he's not there. I won't dox him, but it's still Scotland Vikings. Did Vikings exist in Scotland too?
I'm not sure, but I did meet
If it is,
Andrew.
I'm sorry to offend.
Yeah. I met one of the Andrews. We'll say that, and he is from Scotland, and he was an awesome dude.
There you go. Yeah, I do want to visit one of these days. We'll see. We'll see if we need a rep in Scotland, right? I'm sure it'd be huge.
Yeah, I think Smurf will do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Korea Ricebox is saying though. Is the announcer for Murph? Question mark. Maybe.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rocky Mountain. Oh, anyways.
There you go.
How you been? It's been like a
yeah,
month since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's the time does fly by very quickly though. Yeah, I always like seeing people at events and everything, and then once they end, the next one just comes up before you even know it anyways. It's like, I miss them, but I'm gonna see them in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
depending what's going on. But that's good on about you of how I always like to start off. Let's go all the way back in the history of Jim.
Yeah.
There's an autobiography I'm sure being made for Netflix.
Yeah, it's about 3 minutes long. Yeah.
This, and here I am. But how did you get started with 3D printing itself before we really get into the internet part of things?
Sure. Man, in let's see, myself in 2019, I had a coworker / friend, and he had purchased a printer like 5 years before that. And we worked together close. I do IT for a hospital, and he's like, "You got to check this thing out. I built it. It's made of wood. It prints
awesome.
kind of stuff." And I was like, "Whoa, that's cool." Fast forward to 2019, and he's like, "Man, I got this thing. It's called an Ender 3. It came out this year. It is like at that time, it was like I can't remember, $300 or something. I think it was like $250, right around there. We'll call it, call it like $250. And he's like, "You got to see the prints that are coming off this thing." And I was like, "Cool, 3D printing." I knew what it was, but I'd never seen it like he never showed me his working. He just brought stuff in all the time to work. And then he's like, I got this thing. It's like 250. We're calling, I think it was a 199 250, right around there. But you check this out. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And he showed me whatever it was that day. And then we happened to be driving to a Tool concert in Madison, about an hour and a half away from where I live. And my wife was in the back trying to sleep while we talked 3D printers the whole way there and the whole way back.
Shut
And
up. La, 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 la,
yeah,
la.
pretty much. And for Black Friday, they went on sale, and I ended up ordering my first printer, which was an Ender 3, and I got it, I think, right in the beginning of December of 2019, and it was pretty cool. I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry, it'd be 2018. That's right, 2018, because I had it in 2018. So, and I got it right, but I started watching videos. And these videos were like, you got to upgrade this. You got to check this out. You got to
change this.
You got to put an extruder on. I didn't even know what an extruder was, but I know that someone said I needed it. And I was like, well, this thing's going to make it better, right? Bed leveling. All right. What's that mean? Well, I get this thing and I start putting parts on it before I really even learned it, which was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Don't do that. These days,
use it and
really
understand it
different.
first.
Yeah, you don't do that. I don't care what it is, if it's a car or a computer or a 3D printer. Know what you're doing first before you start upgrading. Otherwise, what happens is you don't know what you broke when you upgrade. And that's kind of where I was. So Luke Hatfield, many people in the Ender 3 world, especially 3D printing community back then, Luke was, yeah, he wrote this like 50-page or 100-page guide on how to fix all these issues. And I thought it was amazing. I found him in a Facebook group, but the problem was I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know enough to know when you first get your first printer and you don't know anything about printers, what's the hot end? Is it the whole piece? Is it the nozzle? Is it,
what's all this terminology? Yeah.
Yeah. And so he would be like, do this to this to this. And I'm like, but what is that? Because it's just writing to me. I don't know what those mean. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, is it okay if I start filming like step-by-step parts of your guide and putting it on YouTube? That way other people like me who don't know or don't learn, I learn better visually, 100%.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And he said, who are you? And then he said, sure, just please send me the video first, because I want to make sure you're not telling people to do the wrong thing.
Wrong information and making this guy look
and
like crap.
The first couple I did like 100%. He'd be like, no, you need to correct this. This is what it is. And we get on a video call and he'd be like, this is what this is. And he kind of walked me through it. And once I started understanding, I just started filming his guide. And that's how my YouTube channel started. It was in my basement with a crappy camera. With the first couple videos didn't even have a microphone. It was just a microphone camera. And what was awesome about that is not only was I filming these things, but I was doing them to my printers. So I was walking through his fixes to my Ender 3, and learning as I go, and not to mention, hopefully someone else will learn from them. And that's kind of how everything got rolling. And within a month, he had written a whole build guide for the Ender 3, like how to start from scratch to build this thing so you don't have to do all these extra stuff. Right. Exactly. And he had Ben from at that time from Creality. Ben sent me another Ender 3 within a month. And I'm like, what do I do? My goal was here just to get another printer someday, like not in a month. Right. Yep. And so he said, this is your shot to work with Creality. Create a build video using my guide step by step. Make sure you show everything, how it goes, what you need to square, what you need to all these things, right? And I spent so much time creating that about an hour video, trying to make it perfect, because I was
8 hours of footage, 1 hour edit.
Oh my god. And it's only about an hour build ish, and the video was longer. So then my wife and the guy that got me into printing, I'd be like, come watch this with me. And they're like, again? Like, we just I was like, but I trimmed this and this. Is it okay? And they're like, it's fine. You're over analyzing, you know what I mean? So, and then I put it out there, and that went good. But I think like a lot of people say, help others learn, and good things come to you as well. And that's kind of been my like, let's check stuff out, let's learn how to do stuff. And my biggest videos still are how-to videos. I can do whatever I want on the newest whatever printer and they'll do okay. But if I do a how-to video, most of the time those are the ones that do good.
Well, especially when it's so clear. And then that's, I mean, I ran into your videos too, because my first printer was Ender 3, OG Ender 3, still have it. And just as you said, is I didn't, that one still, even to this day, I think it has the metal extruder and yellow bed springs. And past that, I did custom Marlin for mesh bed leveling. But other than that, it's a stock, because it was working. It worked great. It still works great. It's slower compared to everything else now, but but no, I ran across your videos. That's the first thing I ran into was those guides. Like, okay, and it was like you said, it's one thing to read a guide and try to follow it, even if you know the terminology. It's another watching somebody do it, especially doing it, like you're learning as you're doing it. So just a more, I guess, easy to digest information. It's like, okay, I'm where this guy is, and it's not just being something shoved in front of me. Like, yeah, just do this. It's easy. Okay, well, let's tinker this. So it was good.
Well, it's funny because when I didn't care how long the videos were. I didn't care. I just wanted to show you.
Oh, hold on here. Why does this? I lost you, so we'll be back in just a second here. Hold on. I lost you there, and okay. It ended with you didn't care how long the video was.
Yeah, no, at that time I didn't care. Like, I didn't care how long it was. I didn't care. I didn't want extra fluff in it. I just wanted step by step how to do stuff. And if it was a 30-minute video, it was a 30-minute video.
Yep.
As time went on, I'm like, man, people aren't watching 30 minutes of video, right? How can I condense this? And you start, instead of showing each screw being screwed in, you're like, okay, screw this one and this one and this one, and then you do it and then cut to the next one, right?
Yep.
And I still get comments, I'd rather you show the whole thing. Well, I know you would, but most people wouldn't. Like,
not everybody wants to watch.
Yeah. There's 7 screws here. Take these screws, put them in there. That's what people want to see. They don't want to see
the
me
screen,
like,
and here you go. Here they are.
Right. But it's it was cool. I still have my original one. It is not working probably. What happened was I met up with Tim from TH3D, and that was when, if you remember, the Ender 3 power supply wires started being a big thing.
Connectors, whatever.
Yeah. The XT60s were melting or whatever they were doing, and so Tim actually put out replacements, silicone replacements with real XT60s and stuff like that. So I, that's when I actually met him, and he's like, hey, how about I give you a power supply, a real Meanwell, and some new wires, and would you do a video? And I was like, sure. I mean, okay. I'm in, right? I've never done that besides what I already did, and yeah. Tech cheaper. Oh boy. But yeah, and it's been a lot of fun ever since. Hey, I gotta say something, Tech cheaper. That marble run that you gave Tristan at Murph at the Midwest Rep Festival, it is still on my couch. He will not let me move it, and he still plays with it every day. Like, I'm not even joking. It's in the corner of my couch. We have like a kind of not a section, but like a corner. And that cushion has permanently become the marble run that Tech Jeeper gave him, and we're trying to find a new place for it. But he's just like, I want it here, so
I can sit, relax, and play with marbles. Yeah, Dad, come on.
Oh, it's funny.
His own couch.
Well, and he knows he'll just be watching shows, and the thing will be running next to him, and he'll be like fixing it, and if it stops, he like, it's so in tune with it now. He knows if something's wrong just by the by the sound of it, which is awesome. But
it's like his own white noise.
Yeah, you really made his year with that one, and everyone who donated marbles to that, we still have them all. So there's that.
That was a really cool setup and everything for sure. But and you got to take it home. Other than you got to hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All day long, but
yeah. I'm at work, but Mom does.
Oh,
and it's funny because he'll just shut it off for a while, and he'll come back like, "Hey, buddy, we're gonna move." Nope, we're not moving. I need to turn it on. And it's like, come on.
Every time you mention to move it, it reminds him, "Hey, it's not running right now. I need to turn it. I didn't flip that back on."
Right. Oh, and he'll know. He'll be like, "Wait, there's a marble missing." I'm like, "How do you didn't even look at them all? How do you know one's missing?"
He's like, "What's the way it looks when they're lined up?"
it's the ladybug, or it's, like he has some favorites too. And what happens is the couch is not exactly level when you sit on it, right? So then some of the marbles sometimes jump and
Oh,
they
well.
land in the couch cushion. And he knows. He knows. Oh, nice. I did the
It's a good
floor
way to
nebula for
keep him to clean the couch. Is just throw the marbles in the cracks and be like, hey, while you're down there, just pick up anything else out.
yeah. No, not he's 5. That
Yeah.
that would he'd just be like
I'm good. I like the marbles. You can have the rest of the stuff down there.
right.
So, yeah.
But
So
yeah,
of course you do your show. You've done the guides because that basically segued into it is
yeah.
just of being informational guides and videos leading up, of course, then to the show. Which how long have you been doing the hot makes?
Oh man, hot mix. That came along in August, no, July of 2019. So fast forward like 7 months, right, from when I first started my channel. And what happened was I was watching some other YouTube channels like how to do YouTube and stuff because finally I started being like, maybe I should learn this. Maybe I don't know.
If I'm
Should
going to
do
be out
something.
there, maybe I should do it
Yeah.
the right way.
And they were like, collabs, do some collabs with other creators and bigger creators and that kind of stuff. And also I wanted to still give back to the community by like showing their stuff off. And a lot of people here may remember, I'm not sure, community catch up. And that was with Pooch and Travis and wow, I totally lost Travis's wife's name now just because I'm trying to think, but it was a
Mrs.
show.
Travis.
Yeah. That they did, and it was called Community Catch Up, and it was very similar. They showed off prints in the community and stuff. And I was like, I want to do that, but a little different. So I started something called Community Showcase. And it literally was just like, hey, how's it going? Let's show off your stuff. Right.
Yep.
And in the meantime, I'm going to contact a bunch of people and just see who wants to come on the show, kind of.
Throw the
And
darts and see which ones stick.
yeah, exactly. And at that time, I don't even know, like 800 subscribers. I don't even know if I had 1,000 subscribers or anything yet. And that's fine. It was just like, I want to do it, but also I want to still give back by showing people's prints. And,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that
You
I
may have
did
got a little
that.
inspiration for the our spool to spotlight segment from
Right.
Hot Makes, maybe.
Yeah. Right. And that's awesome. I love that. I mean, there's so many really good, shows like that. There's a couple more out there. Z and Z. I mean, come on.
I've heard of
But
that one before.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so no, did I disappear?
No,
Or did
you're
you
good.
disappear?
It's the site. Yeah, you're
Okay.
on. You're clear.
All of a sudden on my side, you're
Yeah,
gone.
I can see it
But-
out of the corner of my eye. Like, no,
Right.
you're still here.
and I don't know if I've ever told this story about Pooch. I don't know if I've ever told this story in public about Pooch to many people, but
Everybody start
when
clicking.
I first went to Murph, my very first Murph, 2019. I was just like 3 months. It was in April. I think it was in April that year, March or April, and I was brand new, 480 something subscribers, and I'm walking around this show that opened my world. Like I had never even conceived most of the stuff I've ever seen when I was at Murph that first year, right? And not to mention Murph 2019 was packed to the gills. Like it was in 2 tiny building rooms and you couldn't walk. And I'm here trying to film. My wife's came with me and our eyes were just like, wow, this is amazing.
Look at all this stuff.
I met Pooch, I met Joel for the first time. I met tons of people out there for the first time. JT was awesome. Anyways, what happened was I sent an email after that to Pooch. And I was sending emails to some vendors just saying like, hey, can I show your stuff on my channel? Like, how can I work with you? That
Trying
kind
to
of thing.
build, yeah, build it up.
So I've never said this. I'm pretty sure I've never said this. Besides Pooch, I sent an email to Pooch to Repcord at that time, right? Repcord.
Oh.
Well, I copy pasted and I left the other company's name in. Like a dummy. I was in a
received
hurry.
Many messages that way.
So, and not to mention it was like a Gmail or some random account, right? Well, he responds and he's like, hey, I really appreciate the email. But and he kind of like laid it out there. If you want to be serious in this, do some of these things, and also don't send canned emails because you miss things, and stuff like that, right? And no, it wasn't the super spreader event. That was that was 2021. That was a super spreader event. Anyways, but he basically was super cool about it, but he also said, "Hey man, you messed up. Let's
Here's
talk
what you should
at."
do.
Right. He's like, "Let's talk at Earth that year. Let's see where you are then and see if you're still serious about this." So fast forward to Earth. I buy one of the rep boxes. He gave me a good discount on it. I do a video for him and that kind of stuff. Well, in the meantime, he had been a guest on my show a couple times of Community Showcase, and he was catch up was kind of on a hiatus. So he was like,
Right.
we're talking in the background, and he's like, "Hey, I really want to keep doing this. How do you feel like doing a show, and let's change it up?" And that's kind of how Hot Makes happened. He started just showing up on Community Showcase every week, and then one week we're like, "Oh, by the way, we're rebranding," and yeah. So Hot Makes was born, and eventually we brought Caleb on, um, or Geary. You might remember Geary.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's kind of evolved, and now Pooch. It was a lot of time, and it was at 4 p.m. for him, so it's a really bad time to do a live show in California, right?
Interrupting the day.
And on a Monday, right?
Yeah.
So Pooch moved on, and we ended up um now with Joey too. Joey's joined us, which is I saw he was on last week, I think.
Last week, yep.
Girari 3D, and Joey's awesome. Wealth of knowledge. His drawer system is amazing. I always tell him he's got the nicest drawers I've ever seen. Um
I missed that joke. Dang it.
yeah. But yeah, it's a super fun, Hot Mix has just been around, and we gave it up for a little while because we were all kind of a little burnt out before, Caleb and I. And we just like we were chatting in the background. We're like, we miss this. It doesn't bring anything to us except for joy that we're doing it. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
that's to be honest.
Well,
And
and that's what I say with these shows is the fact that yes, I have some people that I know really well, some I know somewhat, some I've met, some I haven't, and it's always a joy because I always learn something new. Whether it be some just silly, fun story or something important. Anything is
right,
like that. That's what I get out of this show. Is it's a fun thing for me to be able to talk to somebody, face
Right.
to face and face to face and
Yeah.
just learn more. And it is like you said, it's a fun energy, and I haven't missed it yet because I haven't missed a show in like 73 weeks.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I haven't been burnt out yet. But
yeah.
knock on
That's
wood.
a lot of weeks, man. And you may not have a guest every single week, but I tell you, you're doing a heck of a job.
I
And
know
73.
it's a guest every week, and it's only ever one time have I had a reoccurring guest. And it was
Nice.
actually technically it wasn't because it was Shirtle 3D, which is Pete
Yeah.
at one, and then when he became Polymaker Pete, oh, I lost you again. You can hear me, but yeah, then when he became Polymaker Pete, I had him on as Polymaker Pete, so he technically was a new guest.
A repeat,
But,
a repeat.
but yeah, other than that, yeah, no, it's been actually I have a community member. Shout out to Little D in our community Discord. Is unbeknownst to me, a while back, she had actually sent me an Excel file. She was tracking because I always said I need to track like who I have, all this stuff. She sent me an
Yeah.
Excel file with the dates of the show, the guests of the show,
Wow.
who I rated out to, if it was live, if it was pre-recorded, who won the giveaways. I'm like, what? Like
That's
that saves
crazy.
me a ton of work. But
Yeah.
no, it's been fun. But now with of course we talked about the online stuff. You do do a lot of events. Some of them you may or may not host, and kind of the voice behind the speaker. What have you learned best tricks at these shows of not losing your voice, especially because you do a lot of loud stuff?
Oh man. Pete and repeat. I caught that, Jim. Nice. Uh you know, that's a great question. I don't know. A lot of cough drops and water. A lot of people are like tea's great. I love tea. But I run on coffee. So like I'm running on coffee.
Coffee
a
has
lot of
water in it anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's-
exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. And cough drops, especially Rocky Mountain. Because I'm talking quite often in
Oh,
Rocky
yeah.
Mountain. This past one was the first time I didn't lose my voice. I don't know what happened. I'm
building the tolerance
knows?
up.
Yeah,
just-
maybe. But I see some people might know. If you watched my channel and my streams long enough, you'll know that I used to be a radio DJ a long time ago, and then I owned an entertainment business. So I ran sound, DJ weddings, live bands, all the
And
things
that's where the
for
voice has come into play
yeah
on many things. Yeah.
for many things. Yeah, and it's it's a lot of fun. The radio was great. I just didn't make enough money being new in radio. As I mean, I was working 2 or 3 jobs and I was like, well, I love this, but it's got to go. And
I
then
also love paying my bills.
yeah. And you know what, if I would have stuck with it, I probably would have been fine. You just have to get there. And
Yeah.
it just I had when I was younger, I may or may not had a lot of jobs. So it was one of those I'm gonna try everything things. But I
Lots
loved
of
it.
good
And
extra experience though.
it was amazing. And you learn time, you learn trying to keep stuff on track and on time. And I think that helped. I helped a friend of mine do some weddings, and I was like, you're giving me $100. I've been here for 8 hours trying to help you set up, trying to run the show, and now tear down, right?
Doesn't equate to much.
Right. And then I'm like, I could just do this myself. And so I did, and I did that for a long time. That was a lot of fun. And then YouTube came, and then my son came, and like something had to go,
Yep.
and it was the DJ business. And I miss it still. I miss the people, I miss being out and all that, but I don't miss the 3 o'clock in the morning come home and the little guy's like trying to get me up at 8 or 7
Yeah,
or
like,
something,
he doesn't understand. Daddy just got about 2 hours of sleep after.
yeah,
finally
my
lying
mom
down.
was like, come on. And by that time you're like either half awake or you can't go back to sleep.
Yep.
But it taught me a lot. And I think I just try to have fun everything I do. It doesn't matter what it is, whether I'm just replacing computers at work. I do IT for a hospital, and that's what we're doing right now, is just replacing a ton of computers, or this, or making videos or whatever. My wife laughs because she says there's many gyms. There's like home gym, then there's like the DJ gym, there's karaoke gym, there,
IT
and
gym.
yeah, because each one has its own different level and
voice
energy.
changes and tones and everything else. I'm sure
Yeah.
too, the DJ and stuff.
Yeah.
So now do you
And-
find the events kind of filling that void of the DJ stuff?
I do. I do. And I like that a lot. And this past one, I actually did a lot of the B-roll myself. And I forced myself to do that because I historically don't see all the booths. I historically am so busy that I don't get to most of the stuff. Like
Yep.
you guys are just buried in your booth most of the time, right?
Oh, yeah. It's
So
very
I was
busy.
like, I am going to walk around and film B-roll in between announcements and in between whatever on every single booth. And I did at Rocky Mountain, and it was amazing. I saw stuff I was like, what is this? I got stuff that I shouldn't have got. Like the dude that had the 3D printed like air horns.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep.
I definitely bought one of those. I don't know why, because my neighbors are not a
Yeah.
fan.
It's not like you can just go around the neighborhood.
Oh man, it's great. Will I ever DJ using 3D printers? Ooh, there you go. Well, I can make, you can do that music G code.
Oh, yeah.
People are doing that. I think the A1 and A1 mini are good for that too. So Jim has so much filament, it looks like a warehouse. Can you see it? Oh, you can kind of, yeah. Well, it's really hard to see because it's so blurry, but this whole shelf all the way from here to the bottom is nothing but Polymaker.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not no, not, but I mean, I'll take it. No, but no, I love doing it. My theory is you got to come, you got to have fun, and if you're not having fun, why are you doing it? Like,
Oh yeah. And that's I think even from me first ever meeting you back in was Murph of 2021, 2022.
probably,
Whenever you brought the because I know the one thing I was excited about was the first time I'm coming to Murph, because it's only 2.5 hours from me.
right?
But the main thing I was coming for, because I knew watching your videos, you were bringing the bamboo. It was the X1C. It was like
Yeah.
I was on the fence so much, and I think I've hit you up many times that you owe me a lot of money because it was Jim had no idea why I was nobody, because I didn't do anything with community or Polymaker at that time. And I was just checking it out. It let me walk around and check it out. And I think at that point in time I pulled my phone out like, looks like I'm back in the Kickstarter. Well, I don't regret it, but it's cost me a lot of money in the long run. So I always try to hit them up, and I just need to get an invoice printed out and then sent to you, and then you can figure out what you're gonna do with it, because it went down a long rabbit hole of bamboo printers for sure.
Oh man, I was there's only 3 or 4 in the wild at that time. That printer is serial number 6. So it's
awesome.
whatever 0000006. That's the serial number on it. And what's interesting about that is I was like, I gotta bring this. I got them to let me do it because Kickstarter had started, right? We could put out stuff. And I was like, I'm only 3.5, 4 hours away. I'm gonna put this thing in the car and go there because I think we can all agree. I mean, if you've built Vorons and you know how fast they are and stuff like that, that's one thing. But if you've only had production printers, the Ender 3s, the Anycubics, any of them, right? And when you see that thing print for the first time, it is mind-blowing. And it literally turns you back on to 3D printing in a way that's like, what just was that a 15-minute benchy? And it
that's
looks
the thing
this
too,
good.
That's before you even understand like the ecosystem of how easy it is to slice and send. That's just seeing it. And my workshop has become a showroom for bamboo, because anytime a friends, whether they are thinking about getting 3D printing or have been in it just as long as I have, of course, as soon as I got it, I would talk it up. I'd send them video and like, oh, no, that looks pretty cool. Every single time they'd come over and actually see it in person, like, holy beep. It's like, no, I told you. It's like, no, like the video doesn't do it justice. And that was exactly, I seen videos. I mean, I seen your videos of it, but when I saw it in person, printing I think it was a benchy, it was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
you don't understand.
You don't. And Brian Vines, credit to Brian Vines. It's his fault that all went down too, because he sent me a video and he's like, check this out. And I'm like, what is this? And he's like, I can't tell you what it is, but maybe I can put your name in. And he said it's a new company. I can tell you the company's called Bamboo Lab, right? So I just freaking dug for an email, and I'm like, I'm going for it. And at the same time, he was nice enough, to let Kay know, like, hey, there's another guy that's interested, and the rest is history. But like you said, seeing it in a video and then seeing it in person were completely different. And that weekend that you're talking about, it was 2021. Someone said the super spreader event. Absolutely. I went home with COVID for the first time after that event. I think like many of us did. Modbot was the first one, I think, to actually say it out loud at that time. But
look what I brought back from Murph.
Yeah, right. But there were so many people that wanted to check that thing out that Caleb's now wife, Sarah, didn't leave that booth almost the whole 2 days. And she had the Kickstarter up and she was going through the FAQ, the FAQ, and she's just like, oh, this is what it says. Cause people are asking questions. She had no idea. Right?
Oh yeah. Like I'm just here.
Yeah. And like all the big companies that were there wanted to be inside of it. And that's cool. I mean, it's innovation, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So it was a cool moment because no one else had one. And also I think that was like a pivotal, maybe not me bringing it there, right? But that X1 Carbon was like a pivotal turning point in 3D printing. It was, you went from an Ender 3 style, an i3 style, most of them, or an Ender 5, Ender 5s, that kind of thing, unless you built your own, right? To like out of the box, being able to do 4 prints in the same time it took that Ender 3. And my problem became, how do I keep this thing fed with prints? Like, how do I keep enough models ready to go in one day?
Shooting them through.
Yeah. And then I'm like, how do I keep enough filament? So that was that. But yeah, it's been awesome.
I would love to see the uptick of Kickstarter backers after that event, or like during that event. Because I assure you, like I said, I was on the fence, so I was, I'm always indecisive. But that was, as soon as I saw it, it's like, Okay. Yeah, well, I don't need it, but I do need it.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee there was a large number of people that saw
Uh,
like, oh, Kickstarter. Okay. Too bad they didn't
I
have an
heard
affiliate link at
I
that
heard
time.
that from a lot of people that weekend. Like you talked me, I just seen it. I ordered one. I just seen it. I'm like, I wish I had a kick booster to
Oh
like
yeah.
a QR code because I probably would have sold a bunch of printers that
Oh,
weekend.
I guarantee it.
And it,
Like
you
you
know,
said,
it
it
wasn't
sold itself as
even.
soon as you saw it.
I was just gonna say it wasn't even me doing anything. It was you looking at it and going, "Yep." Like, and then they come out with a mini, like an A1 mini. What the heck is this, right? A lot of people don't know. I'm pretty sure, and you don't know, but I have a prototype A1 mini.
Yes, there's like
Um,
7, the clear ones, right?
yeah, and it's awesome. I wish they would release that because it is
I 100%
so
agree.
cool.
I'm a collector of things just to
Yes.
collect. And
Yeah.
so Sean, of course, 3D Print General, or our
Yep.
Sean now,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
he's got one, and he dusted it off to set up his new background for the Polymaker Lab stuff. And I
Yeah.
hounded him to know. I said, if you get rid of it, I said, if you're not using it, I will take it. I will pay for it. I don't mind paying for it. Like, I want that printer. I want it. So, maybe one of these days, he's not as partial to like collecting, but
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, I've looked at the fact of like just doing the CAD and doing scans of everything and then printing it in clear stuff. But it's just not the same as a 3D, an injection molded
Right.
clear
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I will buy one day.
I asked them like, why don't you just release this? This is so cool. I know people would buy this, and they just were like, ah, you kind of blew it off. And I'm like, I love the clear game
Yep.
consoles. I love the clear controller. You know that kind of stuff. Just like it's super cool, and I understand why they do it. They would do it because they want to see how the parts are running
Yeah, so they can
underneath
see
that
it.
plastic, right?
Yep.
Instead of just leaving the parts off and not paying to have clear parts on your, you know what I mean? They're like, let's see how it looks. And actually, the A1 Mini, someone said, who was it? Someone said the A1 Mini at Earth was awesome. I did. I had an A1 Mini at Earth in 2023,
3.
I think.
Uh,
And that was the other one.
yeah, it was
Um,
23.
and it was the not the clear one. And Offset Maker Lab, Ryan and Steve and Kim, they actually have that A1 Mini. They brought it home, and I was like, if I ever want it, I'll let you know. But I didn't want to pack it back up and take it on the airplane. So I was
Yeah.
like, can you guys take this? And they're like, what? So
Say
yeah,
nothing more.
yeah,
That's
right.
ours.
But Bamboo Lab, if you're listening, please release the clear printer. That is so like
And the
that's
thing
what we want.
is if there's a lot of you out there like me, is they could even charge a premium price.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
pay a premium price for it. I'll pay more than an A1 Mini to get a
right.
special edition A1 Mini.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
maybe one
Someone
day.
someone's saying the A1 Mini is a gateway print. Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
the A1 Mini at that, I don't know what it's at now, but right at the
I think
199
199.
price was I think it well it briefly went up and it went down. I don't know what it's doing.
At one point it was
But
179.99.
yeah, I mean at
It's
199, the A1 Mini, even
killer.
without the combo, is the best beginner printer that you can get. I mean, if you don't mind the size of the bed, that thing is
Yeah.
it's banging. And you never know what they're gonna do next. Like this one, right? No, I'm just joking. That's a joke. But you never know what they're gonna do
XXX.
next. Yeah, right. It's the XXXL. It's actually the size of my
Yeah.
studio. No, but then like there's stuff like new innovation coming. Like we talked a little about the U1. There were some ads out there for that Snapmaker U1, right?
Yep.
That's going to be like it looks like it's going to be X1 carbonish size, but with 4 tool heads.
I can't wait.
I mean,
especially a little more affordable than an XL, I'm sure. Nothing's been announced.
yeah, I don't know. I just know that the promos I've seen look awesome. I haven't seen it actually running, but I've only seen their promo stuff, and it looks really cool. When you have an Orange Storm Giga, then you know you have a problem. I did. I gave mine away. After the last video. Well,
just no use for as
if
big
you,
as it is.
yeah, if you watch my last video, I mean, a lot of people didn't know I gave it away, but actually, I gave it away to a guy that lives like an hour and a half ish north of me. And you know, you guys might know him. He's the one that updated Joel's Orange Storm Giga, and no, he's
The
got a
Blue Storm Giga.
Kickstarter going on right now for a sweet hot end. Or actually, the Kickstarter might have finally ended, but
I think it ended. Yeah, but yeah.
but yeah, he's super cool. But he's like, I want to. He's actually using it to write and do a how-to guide for the upgrade parts he has. So
Okay.
I was like, you can have it, and he's like, if you ever want to use it, come up and let me know. But I just didn't want to make room when I moved to the new studio here for that thing. It's so huge. It's so
Oh yeah.
big.
That's the only thing too is I don't think it's another one of those things is you can see it in video, and yes, it does still look big.
Yeah.
But until you see, like I saw the first one in person was actually just recently, earlier this year at Rapid, and
Right.
they had one set up, and like, okay, like I knew it was big, common sense tells you it is, but seeing it in
Yeah.
person, like you don't realize how much space it really takes up. Like that's dedicated to that. It's not I can just fold it up when it's done, or I can just
Right.
shrink it down. Like no, it's that size, it's that floor. The floor plan is stuck once you set it.
Right.
Yeah,
and
it's so
just
neat.
something to clarify too, a little bit ago, we were talking about the X1 Carbon. I had one, and I believed in it so much that I backed and at least one
And-
more. I think I did one more, and then I bought another one of the what was it, P1S or something like that.
Yeah.
When that came out. But like that's the thing, we are very fortunate to get printers early sometimes with the channels and with the social media and stuff like that. But it's the ones that you put up your own money for to get another one, that's going to be a good
Then
one.
you know it's good stuff. Yep.
It's not a lot of, they're all copying that now, right? And
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
think the U1 is going to be interesting. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
because
going on.
it's one of the
outside
first
there.
ones kind of away from. I mean, not
Yeah.
away from. It's still fast printing, but
Yeah.
but yeah, just an addition to. There's nothing like it out there other than XL, and that's
Well,
kind of
it's
a
like
different payment tier.
it's like the XL and the X1 Carbon like had a baby.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm real
Hopefully,
curious.
quality wise, it's the it takes some genes from that.
I really hope so. I had some snap makers in the past and I gave them away. We'll put it that way. But I
or
really
miss.
hope, really hope it is a great printer and it's going to be a lot of fun. Probably never get rid of my mini. I love it, but I'm working on getting rid of the A1 to fund a P1S. I don't why.
I guess for the enclosure.
Maybe.
I mean, I guess if you're doing ABS, ASA stuff, but
Yeah. I
so then
suppose.
well, I guess A1 Mini to get, or was it an A1 or an A1 Mini?
I think an A1, yeah.
Oh, okay, so yeah, same size exactly. So same speed, quality is all there. That's what I always tell everybody.
Yeah.
Is it comes down to what's your price point, and are you printing ABS, ASA? If you're
Right.
printing PLA, if you want to save money, go in A1. It's
Right.
gets you same size, same quality, same
What-
speed.
And that's the other interesting thing about the P1S. You put a hardened nozzle on it when you have an X1, pretty much. I
Yep.
mean, they don't sell the X1 anymore, but
Minus the screen,
you
but
know,
like the
yeah.
only thing I ever use the screen on my X1s for is to update the filament. And there's times
yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
too lazy, I'll just update in the Bamboo Studio anyway. So
Well, and then not to change subject, but look at that. Mine is hiding right up here. It's a Eufy make, that E1
E1,
UV
yeah.
printer, the biggest Kickstarter in history now of tumblers and
Yeah.
stuff that's going to hit the
market is going to be a
Yeah,
saturated like a no other.
It's
Like,
very, it's very much like when lasers became more desktop. Wow, I tell you, the E1, super awesome machine. I genuinely love that machine, and
I've seen it in person at Open Sauce. They had
Yeah.
multiple of them running at their booth. They had a nice
Yeah.
sized booth and everything. But yeah, just that was the first time seeing that in person. And the same site is, like you said, eventually the market is going to be oversaturated, but that just means a custom tumbler is going to be super cheap because there's going to be somebody undercutting everybody
Right.
else.
yeah, it's going to be like
Gotta
the
look at the
cost of the
positives.
somewhere, which sucks because
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you are not selling something, don't buy that machine. Don't
That's what
do it.
that's what I've said
Yeah.
to many people is
Yeah.
if you're not making money off of it, between the money for maintenance and upkeep, it's not a hey fun hobby thing. I guess unless you're rich, then I guess
I was
more
just gonna
power
say,
to
unless
you.
you have the money to fund it,
Yep.
just don't. It's not for you. Find a friend that has one. I think
Yep.
I got that from Zombie Hedgehog. He said that. He's like, I'm not gonna buy one. I'm gonna find a friend that has one.
Find a
But-
group of friends and just all go in, 1/10 each.
DJ Midnight Wolf, why did my acupuncture needle come in a Chinese medical package? Well, at least you wasn't used.
Hopefully.
But no, I mean that thing was amazing, and that was, and that's revolutionary. I
Yep.
know there's another thing coming, and I don't know how much is out there on it, and I can't
Flash
say
Forge?
a lot about it. Um,
Because it's not
Flash.
kind of the same.
Oh yeah,
Flash Forge
that's the
C720 or something.
Yeah,
TJ?
whatever that. Yeah, we're hoping that they say that we're gonna get one and they don't have a timeline. I believe it's like Q3 or Q4. They've kind of put a little out there on that one. I know Joel's shown some things
Yeah,
at the.
yeah.
I
There's
think
some
they had
articles
them
and whatnot.
also at Rapid. I think they had
Mhm.
one on there.
Yep.
I have the. It's behind me. What is it? The holy crud! I'm gonna screw this up, and they're gonna come after me. A5DX or whatever.
Oh, the 85X.
AD5X. There you go.
I only remember because it always sounds like 85X, 85X.
85. Yeah.
That's
So
what I remember.
pro streamer. Yeah, I have one of those that there's going to be a video coming very soon. We could talk about that because it's been released forever. But
Yep.
I've
I've heard it does multicolor TPU well, which I was
really?
not expecting.
Okay.
Yeah. From actually a couple people has said that. Oh no, yeah, I ran like 2 or 3 different color TPUs and it ran it well. So whether recommended, I don't know, but I've been told by 2 people that it does well.
Somebody say, I think everybody's trying to say the stream is like frozen or something.
Let's see here. Streamer. Oh, I thought it was just me. Let's see here. Oh, I'm not. What am I? Yeah, I'm broadcasting at the normal rate, but let's see what she looks like. 2.
I mean,
it's buffering now, so yeah, I don't know if that's my end or it usually is my end because it's something with my internet that it works great any other time, but as soon as it hits 7 p.m. Eastern Standard on a Thursday, it knows. Yes, let me see.
Getting little tidbits of the conversation here and there. What if we start going like he ho ha?
Yeah. He just isn't coming back.
We've got storms in the area that could be affecting Joel's connection. What's weird is we don't have an issue between us.
Yeah, I know. That's a connection. Yeah, nonetheless, but it's
yeah. But yeah, I'm pumped. There's a lot of cool stuff coming. And some stuff that's been released. Like I said, that you won should be really cool. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
And many more things to come. Yeah, I know I've seen leaks. There's some stuff teased for the rest of the year, but I mean, that's the plus side of everybody now wanting to one up. That's a plus for the consumer. So we just get to see great new tech.
Oh, it's a plus for everybody. It's a plus for the consumers, like everyone that is into the tech itself. It's a plus for, I mean, it's good for the companies to have to compete, in my opinion, because if you don't, you're gonna almost said something I shouldn't say. If you don't, you'll end up with high prices with printers that are maybe slower or whatever than the other ones in the market. And when you start competing, then it's good for the company. We'll just say that. That's a better way to say it. It pushes everybody to be better. And the thing that people need to do now is don't release it for an extra couple months and dial in.
Make sure, release a good product. It'll be worth the wait for the consumers, and it's just gonna build your company up that much more. I mean, that's that's probably why the H2D was delayed, because people want quality, and Bamboo knows they're known for quality, out of the box printing. If they don't get that experience, that tarnishes the name. Everything they built then gets whacked down a notch. I lost you here. Let's try to bring it back. Come on here. There we go. Okay, now we're back. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everybody's like, it's slow. Jiggle the handle.
Jiggle the handle. I'm trying to refresh a few things on my end, but it's in and out. But which so normally I would at this point, hey yeah, the what the crap is it called?
That was the red solo cup holder from Dan. From
Jambalaya.
Dan
There we
Adams
go.
for the jambalaya.
Yeah, I was trying to think what the food was. Yeah, always delicious. That's the first time I ever had jambalaya was from him last year. I had it
so
again
good.
several times this year. So normally I would start to end this with some community questions. I
Sure.
don't know if that'll be a smart thing because I don't know if they can hear us. We might wait 20 minutes for the first question. If you
Yeah.
guys do hear us and you have any questions for Jim, ask it in chat. We'll carry on for a few more minutes here and then everyone send bandwidth to Joel. I need
Should I
to
be?
download
Should I
more
pretend
bandwidth.
like? Should I pretend like I'm frozen?
Just
Should we
stand
both just sit here like?
Yeah, we had the. I was gonna.
Now it'll really confuse people.
Like, what's going on here? Hitting some
Stay
monitor, see if it'll
creeping.
unfreeze. Are we all still awesome?
Stay creeping, huh? H2S, H2E. Ooh, you guys, there's a lot of speculation here.
H2E. Okay, so yeah, the H2S. We've seen that kind of leak of the single nozzle in their manuals. So, which be cool. Cheaper option for.
Let's see. He was out. Oh yeah, we have Hendrick on this Monday. I just wanted to make sure I got
Hendrick,
that
yes.
right. And he's going to talk to us about electroplating. And if you
Always
haven't seen his
awesome. That
stuff,
dude is so smart.
it is mind blowing. So that'll be a lot.
Well,
Cool.
thank you again. I'll let you go for the night, and I'm going to finish off the rest of the show. So you have a good night, and like I said, I will catch you soon.
All right, thank you so much, man. Everybody out there, thank you, and keep printing.
See you, Jim. Have a good one.
Bye.
There you go, everybody. Let's hope that this catches up in time for the giveaway. I'll be able to tell that because type in "I am awesome" in chat if you're awesome and you actually see the screen. I'm going to close out any of the stream just so I don't kill. Are we back? Well, am I back? Am I back and good, like caught up? Is it only when I'm doing the upload? Yes, you are back. Okay. So it's something like it's just having that small upload of a tiny little camera is killing my upload and killing the stream. Okay, so real quick question while you guys are all entering the chat before I get into my spiel here. Was the beginning half of this, like, when did it start hiccuping? Was it as soon as I started the interview with Jim or like halfway through? Like there's like some weird buffer that gets caught up and it dies? That interview was not watchable. That is unfortunate. About halfway-ish. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out because that's just unacceptable. What I will plan to do in the future is record. There's a little record button on Streamlabs. I talked about this thing with Steve Build's show. Is it messed up so much? I need to hit record, that way then the VOD will be available on YouTube in full. I did not do that for this one, so I apologize. Wait, about 7:10. 7:10 was like beginning of the show. The computer is good. I'm not sure. I mean, it could be something, maybe a driver or something else. I will format. I'm going to format this week. I don't care what it takes and how much of a headache it makes to see if that'll fix some of my Streamlabs issues I've had prior. I don't see it changing the speed thing, but I'll test my speeds after this. And again, my buddy works for the ISP, so I can have him see at what point, like what's the network look for my my IP. So we'll find out. But either way, real quick, since you guys have entered in here, before this hiccups, dies, whatever it might do, we have a few projects that you should follow if you're not already following. Show your support to first up, Polymaker Figurines, led by Antoine Dimensions. That is a new figurine every video that once he releases the video, the model becomes available for free to download and print yourself, whether it be single color or multicolor. And he is almost done with V2 or version 2 or season 2, set 2, whatever you want to consider it, of Pokemon. And the first 151 are already available. Those are done as of the end of last year. Videos are still there to watch, but go show him some support. And Tech Cheapers already got it in there. Exclamation point PMF. Thank you very much. There it is. You can follow him on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. And just fun to watch. Throw some things in between some of the Pokemon figures here and there. Sometimes does accessories. Just really fun videos to watch. They're short form. And again, in the end, you get a free download. So why not? Other than that, we have also Polymaker Education, exclamation point, PME. That's led by Create6 Brit, and she does the same format as she releases a video showcasing a new model for educational uses or whatever use you want, I suppose. That model becomes available for free, downloadable on Maker World or printables under Polymaker_education, or actually I think it's Polymaker Space Education. But there's your links there. Thank you very much. And we also have Polymaker Labs led by Polymaker Sean, previously known as 3D Print General. So he's just doing tips, tricks, and troubleshooting to help you along the way of your journey of 3D printing, or something to share to others that are new to 3D printing, or even if they're not new, some helpful tips, whether it be about material itself or about printing it's in general. Lots of fun stuff to learn. And again, short form. It's easy to watch, easy to digest. So go check him out at Polymaker Lab on TikTok. And last but not least, we have exclamation point IPC, and that is In Printing Color, which is sponsored by Polymaker, hosted by Pezliz over on twitch.tv/Pezliz, as you see there. Already linked. Thank you again. You guys are on it. I don't even need to watch chat. Why do I even bother checking? I know you guys will do it. Thank you. Appreciate the help. But all those projects are just one of many in the works, and we definitely appreciate the support for all those across the board. We try to make things fun, educational, learn some stuff, and just make it watchable, unlike, this show when it's jitter, jatter, roboting, and not working right. So appreciate you guys' support for all of those projects along with this show. And we also have polymaker.com/community. It's got some bugs still we're working on, and it's not at all a full site. Right now, it just has an event calendar, shows right now the online events that we do for Polymaker. So Greg's stream on Monday, the community stream on Tuesday that I host, Tiffany's stream on Wednesday, feedback hour on Thursday, Meet the Polymaker on Thursday, and who knows what's to come. We still have Friday to fill. There might be something in the works, but you'll know if you follow that calendar. Go check it out. You can add it to your own calendar so you can see when those events are. It should do adjustment on your time zone, but I think recently I found out with some people have said it doesn't. Down in the bottom left hand corner of the calendar, it'll say what time zone it's in. It might default to Eastern time zone, but we're working on it. So go check that out. That's a fun little calendar. And other than that, I've got to pull up this. I did have the giveaway set up, so at least I didn't mess that part up. But we're going to see who we're going to rate out to on this beautiful Thursday evening. I assume maybe not so beautiful upstairs if I'm having internet issues. And well, there's some 3D printing making stuff. So we have rated out to her before. So we're going to rate out to Cyber Joel's. And she is working on Jace Hammer Servo Assembly and activating some servos right now on some 3D printed parts. So we got that set up here, but we better move to giveaway so we can actually do a giveaway. Get your entries in there. If you haven't already, I am awesome in chat, and that'll get you entered for a chance to win. That's international. So hurry up and get it in there, because I've got to do this before the raid ends, or before the raid starts and this ends. So we got it in there. A few more people in there right now, just in the Twitch world. Sorry, YouTube. We do love you. Got to work some things out. Maybe this format will actually get to where I can get things better set up. But get that in there. I'm going to draw here in a 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, because I'm limited on time here. Exclamation point contact to get my email. That is, if you win today, email me that you want to meet the Polymaker giveaway on 7/24. In Sooth 3D, you are the winner of a roll of Polymaker filament. Technically, it's a $35 voucher to use on whatever you want on our website. So maybe a poly dryer box, a spool of filament, maybe almost 2 spools of filament. But make sure to reach out to me via email or to Discord, discord.polymaker.com. Message Polymaker Joel. Love you guys. Hope to see you here next week in a better situation where it's watchable. Appreciate the support. You guys have a good day, a good night, a good weekend, a good week. We'll catch you next time. See you later.